Hey guys, it's B-Rob. It's the Food for Thought Faithcast. We thank you for tuning in today. The Food for Thought Faithcast is brought to you by For Christ Ministry. If you like to gift us, if you feel led, please give me a text, 706-691-1043. If you want me to pray with you, or if you have any questions or just want to talk, give me a call or text. I love you. God bless. Enjoy the show. Hey guys, it's B-Rob. It's the Food for Thought Faithcast. And I am your host today. And I hope you are having a very good day today. It's going to be a good one. Just chill for a second. I'm trying to find something, but I can't find it. I don't know what I did with it. Oh, here we go. We're going to do something a little new today to start it off. We're going to do Today in American History. Now, today is 12/19 of the year 2025. Here are some of the most notable events from American history that occurred on this exact day. In the Revolutionary War era, 1776 was the year Thomas Paine published the first essay in his series, The American Crisis, opening with the iconic line, "These are the times that try men's souls." This pamphlet boosted morale among Continental Army soldiers and patriots during a low point in the Revolution. So, on this day in 1777, General George Washington led his Continental Army into the winter quarters of Valley Forge, Pennsylvania. The harsh conditions there tested the troops severely, but training under Baron von Steuben helped transform them into a more disciplined force. All right. So let's get down to the 18th and 19th century. On this day, December 12th in 1732, Benjamin Franklin began publishing Poor Richard's Almanac under the pseudonym Richard Sanders. Filled with proverbs promoting thrift and industry, it became one of the colonial Americans' most popular publications. That was in 1732 on December 12th. So fast forward to the 20th century. In 1972, the crew of the Apollo 17, a final manned mission to the moon, splashed down safely in the Pacific Ocean, marking the end of NASA's Apollo program. All right, on this day in 1974, Nelson Rockefeller was sworn in as a vice president of the United States, filling the vacancy left by Gerald Ford's ascension to the presidency after Richard Nixon's resignation. Yeah, we don't want to get into that one. Yeah, that's a deep rabbit hole right there. All right, fast forward to 1998. History that happened on this specific day, December 19th. 1998, the U.S. House of Representatives impeached President Bill Clinton on charges of perjury and obstruction of justice, making him the second president in U.S. history to be impeached. He was later acquitted by the Senate. So, to give a wrap up, December 19th has seen moments of hardship, inspiration, and political drama throughout U.S. history. As of today in 2025, as of today, right now, a key ongoing story involves the anticipated release of Jeffrey Epstein-related files by the Department of Justice following recent congressional legislation. Now that is today in American history, December 19th, 2025. I hope you guys enjoyed that little sentiment. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Speaking of history, we just saw history in the making. The maestro President Trump, the Don, he he pulled off one of the most masterfully orchestrated mother of all head fakes. What I mean by that is about on the 17th, he addressed the nation at 9:00 p.m. Eastern time. Okay. He made the announcement about 72 hours. I don't remember. I'm going to say 72 hours before. Okay. 72 hours before, giving people like Tucker Carlson and other folks knowingly or unknowingly getting them to leak to say that a war was coming with Venezuela. Okay. So imagine this. The same mainstream news channel or outlets that have not followed him since his first term. They don't give him any media. They do not show when he speaks. They do not show his rallies. They do not, with the exception of maybe some Fox News. You got to go to like Newsmax or somewhere else. You got to go to the White House channel, YouTube channel to watch a lot of this stuff. And a lot of people do. So imagine this, Trump on the chessboard. He said, okay, I'm going to address the nation. He says, hey, Tucker, you and your friends go out there and tell everybody I'm going to announce a war with Venezuela. So all the mainstream media get wind of this. So they are biting. They're just chomping at the bit, just chomping at the bit, because that's what they want is war. That's what they want. So they're going to tune in. They're going to show. And when they do, and when they actually show this address, Trump goes hard in the paint for 20 minutes. You heard it on my podcast, my last podcast, and says everything that they don't want people to hear. Everything that he's done, everything that the people has voted for the last 11 months. And trust me, they had to air it because it was only 20 minutes. They couldn't cut it short. He went hard in the paint. I don't even think he breathed for 20 minutes. He just steadily gave them fact. That's an incredible thing. I mean, he cleverly tricked every major news network into airing a comprehensive recap of his impressive first year of accomplishments during prime time at 9:00 in front of Christmas decorations, telling everybody God bless you and Merry Christmas. He told the Americans the truth. Illegal aliens were stealing their hard-earned tax dollars. Trump is truly a king of trolls. And he is one of the most, if not the best ever to occupy the Oval Office. And that is a fact. He is a media master manipulator. Genius. Hey guys, it's B Rob. It is the Food for Thought Faithcast. And we're going to do moments of stupid American cultural history. So American pop culture and history are full of cringeworthy, ridiculous, and outright dumb moments that make us collectively facepalm. Facepalm. Here are some of the standout examples of fads, mishaps, and cultural blunders that range from hilariously absurd to embarrassingly misguided. Ridiculous fabs that swept the nation. Back in the 1920s, we had something called flagpole sitting. People competed to sit atop of flagpoles for days and weeks. Alvin Shipwreck Kelly once lasted 49 days. It was a bizarre endurance stunt born from the roaring 20s obsession with spectacle, but it faded as quickly as it came in. All right. In the 1930s, we got goldfish swallowing. In the 1930s, college kids kicked off this gross out trend by swallowing live goldfish, sparking campus competitions and national outrage over animal cruelty. Wow. It peaked with one Harvard student downing 42 in 1939 before dying out amid backlash. What in the world? Phew. Next one in the 1950s was phone booth stuffing, inspired by South African students cramming into booths. Americans tried to beat records up to 25 people in one booth. It was peak silly college antics, pointless and very uncomfortable. Of course, in 1975, we had the pet rock. We already talked about that. In the 2000s, we have low-rise jeans and whale tails. Pants so low they expose thong straps, which are whale tails. I guess, I don't know. Become a staple thanks to celebs like Paris Hilton. Looking back, its peak early 2000 excess and discomfort. All right, we've had some iconic wardrobe malfunctions. Janet Jackson's Super Bowl nipplegate in 2004. During the halftime show, Justin Timberlake ripped off part of Jackson's outfit, exposing her breast and nipple for a second. Dubbed a wardrobe malfunction, it sparked massive outrage, FCC fines, and live TV delays. But Jackson bore most of the blame while Timberlake's career took off and soared. President Lyndon B. Johnson lifting his beagle by the ears in 1964. LBJ hoisted his dogs, him and her, by their ears in photos, claiming it was fine. Animal lovers were horrified, turned it into a PR disaster and symbol of tone-deaf leadership. All right, I don't know what the significance of that was, but it was there, so I read it. And then Ashley Simpson had a lip sync fail on Saturday Night Live in 2004. Her backing track played the wrong song mid-performance, exposing blatant lip syncing. She awkwardly jogged off stage, tanking her credibility in one viral moment. All right, so here are some cultural blunders and failures. The Prohibition era of 1922-1933, banning alcohol was meant to curb crime and immorality, but it backfired spectacularly, fueling bootlegging, speakeasies, organized crime, hello, Al Capone, da-da-da, and widespread hypocrisy. Even Congress had secret bootleggers. Imagine that. It was repealed after proving unenforceably and counterproductive to what was going on. So we have that, and then Basically, a lot of moments that highlight how American culture loves access, spectacle, and trends that often age poorly. It's kind of biblical, huh? Many started as fun or well intentioned, but turned into embarrassing footnotes for history. Do you have a favorite one or a most cringeworthy one? I don't. I think they're all equally dumb. But I mean, we've come to that point in our lives, right? How much can we store in our brains? How much can we store on our computers? How much can we store on our hard drives? How much can we store in the cloud? This is B Rob, and this is Stupid American Cultural History. Hey guys, this is B Rob. I'm back with you. And we're going to do something out of one of my favorite books of the Bible, which is Proverbs. Oh. Did y'all hear that Aramis playing? Wonder if it's spraying some chemicals on our heads. I don't know. Anyway, let me get back. Proverbs 3. This is Proverbs 3, book 3, verses 5 and 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understandings. In all your ways, submit to him, and he will make your path straight. Once again, that's Proverbs. That's Proverbs 3, verses 5 and 6. And this is one of the most quoted, one of the most famous Bible verses of all time because they speak to anyone facing uncertainty. They really offer a clear direction for how to live with faith, especially when life feels heavy, down, confusing. The book of Proverbs is a collection of wisdom sayings meant to guide people towards the life that honors God. This passage teaches that trust isn't partial or occasional. Trusting God has to be done with all your heart, and that means relying on Him completely, even when circumstances do not make sense. Most certainly when circumstances do not make sense. The warning to lean not on your own understanding reminds us that our perspective is very, very limited. What seems wise to us at any particular moment might not lead to the best outcome. Do you guys agree? I would think so. Submitting to God in all your ways is about inviting his guidance into every minute, every part, every being of our life, not just the big decisions. We don't just go to a car dealership and say, yeah, I like the car, I like the numbers, we need to go pray on it. You should have already prayed on it. You should be praying on it right then, right there, at that particular time. Because when we do this, when we do that, the promise is that God will make our path straight. That doesn't mean the path will always be easy, right? But it shows that God will lead us in the right direction and remove whatever would cause us to stray. Basically, meaning you don't have to figure anything out on your own. When you give God your full trust and follow his lead, he'll guide you towards the best. I give you a good example, okay? B-Rob's been down lately. Yeah, B-Rob gets down too. Everybody gets down. Not every minute of the day is full of love and happiness, even though we try very hard. I feel like I'm not doing anything. I feel like days where I'm not going anywhere. I had a big year 25 spiritually, but financially I'm poorer than I've ever been in my life financially. But I don't like to say the word poor because I'm not poor, because money doesn't make people rich. So what I'm saying is I quit playing bars and quit a lot of different things, smoking cigarettes. A lot of things happened in 25 that I've been praying for years. And now I sit here. I'm 50 pounds lighter. I don't drink. I don't smoke cigarettes. All these things happened, but I feel worthless. Even though I do a podcast every day, even though I read my Bible constantly, I'm reading books constantly, and I felt down. Right now we don't have any money because I was in the hospital and in the bed most of the month of November. Um, those that know me know I went through 3 or 4 different jobs till I found this leaf filter job and started doing really good in September and October, but then got sick and I was out in November. And now the leads are like 2 a week because I'm at the bottom of the totem pole. So I'm not making any money right now. I don't know how we're going to pay our bills for December. And we're definitely not doing Christmas, but we don't really participate in the pagan part of that anyway. But anyway, I was feeling down in the dumps. I know how to make a short story long, don't I? Right? I don't know how to make a long story short, but I can make one long. I can make a short story long, that's for sure. And yesterday I was scrolling through Facebook and a meme popped up and it said, "Studying the Bible is never wasted time. God is going to use you to reach someone. That person matters to God, and He is preparing you to answer their questions. Keep studying and growing." And you know, that was a really big thing. That was a really big thing. And I needed to see that at that point. Um, I have to keep reminding myself that when I become closer with my walk with God, that I'm going to be attacked. So I have to keep reminding, and I'm going to leave you guys with this. I have to keep reminding myself that God's voice stills you, leads you, reassures you, enlightens you, encourages you, comforts you, calms you, and convicts you. But on the other side, you've got this other voice of Satan that rushes you, pushes you, frightens you, confuses you, discourages you, worries you, obsesses you, and condemns you. But God's voice stills you, leads you, reassures you, enlightens you, encourages you, comforts you, calms you, and convicts you. God is never early and He's never late. He's always right on time, and His plans for you are great. God is a God of love. God is a God of order. God is a God of forgiveness. Most of all, God is God of love. If the voice you are hearing doesn't sound like that, then that voice is not from God. God is love. My name's B Rob. This is the Food for Thought Faithcast. I love you. God loves you. Thank you for tuning in. Hey guys, it's B Rob. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode. The Food for Thought Faithcast is brought to you by For Christ Ministries. If you feel led to give us a gift, please call or text me 706-691-1043. If you just want to pray with me, ask me some questions, or just have a conversation, please call and text me. I love you guys. God bless. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you next time.